Shalom Avracha, I would like to wish you Bracha Betzlacha, Briut, a good week, Ve'ezat Hashem. Well, here in Israel, back home, Baruch Hashem, there is rain, there is a bracha, and after 1 month and 1 week in the United States, it was very, very, very happy to be on one hand with you, and the other hand back home to Eretz HaKodesh. Well, the Parsha of this week is the Parsha of Matan Torah. But before the Parsha of Matan Torah, we have to know that before Hashem gives the Torah to the Bnei Israel, Hashem, he showed the Bnei Israel who he is. Because as you know, when the Bnei Israel, they were in Egypt during 400 years, slaves, it was not easy even to think one day, 1 minute, 1 hour, what it is to be a free man. They were all their belonging didn't belong to themselves. They belonged to Pharaoh, the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Slaves. Baruch Hashem, as you know, even that a person, a Jew, he is in a bad situation, always Hashem is beside him. Hashem, he will never sleep. Always he's beside the Bnei Israel. As you know, the only thing that the Bnei Israel had in Egypt, that they did not change their name. They did not change their clothes. They did not change their language, and that's what kept them together. That was a big miracle, you know. It was a big miracle that the Egyptians, they did not force them to change their name, to change their clothes, Jewish clothes, and to change their language, Hebrew. Otherwise, they'd be assimilated. That was a big miracle, that the Egyptian, you know, first thing that the Egyptians should have done is to divide them. How can they divide them? Being assimilated. No, the Egyptians, they were mad. It's like Hashem made them to be mad, that they were in Egypt, and they let them be together, they let them live around in Eretz Goshen, and they let them marry between them, they let them not change their clothes, their name, their language. Is incredible. That is Hashem. Sometimes a person may have a lot of problems, and he doesn't know from where the solution can come. Well, his solution is Hashem. Hashem will never sleep. Hashem will take care. He took care of the Bnei Israel in Egypt. He took care of them. On one hand, they were slaves, on the other hand, they were together. Usually, as slaves, there is a business of slaves. You know, they sell them. And here, the Egyptians, they keep them. They keep the slaves together. It's incredible. I don't believe. How could that happen? Because Hashem, he wanted to show the Bnei Israel that he take care of them even in the situation where they were. And then, Baruch Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed a lot of miracles to the Bnei Israel, then the freedom came. All this freedom from Egypt came, but that Hashem will give them the Torah. Otherwise, there is no sense. There is no. Why HaKadosh, you know what the prophet said? If it's not for the Torah, Hashem will not create the world. What it is, the Torah? Torah is laws. Laws how to make Hashem the king, how to follow Hashem, how to know Hashem, how to serve Hashem. At that time, the Jews did not have Torah yet, so it's not their fault if they were idolat. Why? Because only through the Torah you get to know who is Hashem. Without the Torah, you cannot know who is Hashem. So the Bnei Israel, it's not their fault. If they were idolat, they had no Torah. So, but still, even that they had no Torah, Hashem will give them the idea not to change the name, not to change the clothes, not to change the language. And Hashem will put in the mind of the Egyptian, let them together, let them with their names, with their clothes, with their language. It's incredible. That it's something that you cannot believe. It's incredible. And then Baruch Hashem HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he sent the 10 plagues to Pharaoh, and then Bnei Israel yatzu biyad harama. Then the Bnei Israel started to know who is Hashem, and once they know who is Hashem, so now they were able to leave Egypt, and they were, for one reason, to receive the Torah. So this is the Parsha of this week. The Jews, now they are on their way to Har Sinai to receive the Torah. My friend, I have to tell you something. Hashem, today, we don't have any prophets like Moshe, like Aaron, like Shmuel the prophet, like Eliyahu the prophet, Elisha the prophet. At the time when we had the Beit HaMikdash, we had prophets from Hashem. Hashem used to send us message through prophets. Today, since the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, we have no prophets. But, my friend, I have to tell you something. Today, HaKadosh Baruch Hu talked to us through message, you know, how we see things, like we see something happen to this one. So it's a message. What kind of message? Why I saw that? If I saw that it's a message for me too. You know, my friend, I have to tell you something. When I will never forget that. One day I had there was a couple who came to see me, and that couple, they had a big problem. The problem that they had, that they could not have children. And they did everything to have children. And they couldn't have children. And you know, this woman, she told me, Rabbi, that this story happened in Mexico. And the lady told me, Rabbi, I'm quite old to have now children. I wanted 2 boys and 1 girl. Because my husband is religious, and he wanted 2 boys and 1 girl. And now, I know it's impossible. Maybe I have still only 1 year, still to have my period. And after this year, it's finished. I cannot have children. So I told her, so what do you want? He said, I want a triplets. I want 2 boys and 1 girl. I told her, you want 2 boys and 1 girl? How? I told her, do you think you can, this is McDonald's, they have deal that you can order, this is I mean, that it was hard for me to accept the way she was talking. I said, Madam, if Hashem didn't give you for 20 years that you are married, now that before you will stop having your period, you think you can order from Hashem 2 boys and 1 girl. Do you think this is a business? Sure. You know what she told me? She told me, but that's what Leah did. Leah, she had a baby boy, and she prayed to Hashem to change it from boy to girl, so that Rachel can have 2 boys. So if Hashem did that for Leah, why Hashem will not do that for me? So I said, now what do you want? She said, I want a promise. I want a bracha. Your grandfather is a tzaddik. You can promise. I was a little bit inside me. I wanted to tell her, Madame, I'm not the man that I can do such a thing for you. If you want what you want, pray to Hashem. And suddenly, outside the room, I heard the teacher, he was teaching the children of the owner of the house where I was. He was teaching the children the story about Moshe and Aaron and Miriam. He was telling, yes, Yochebed, she had 2 boys and 1 girl. And, I stand up, I opened the door, and I saw the teacher. He was teaching the children, 2 children. I told him, but this week, it's not the story of Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. This week is the story of Noah. So why, instead of talking to them about the Parsha of Noah, after the creation of the world, why you talk to them about the Parsha of Moshe, and Aaron, and Miriam? You know what he said? He said, well, the children, they asked me to talk to them about Moshe, Aaron, Miriam. And I start thinking, 2 boys and 1 girl. Why not? 2 brothers and 1 sister. Then I went inside, I told the lady, Madame, repeat what you want. She said, well, I want that Hashem will give me 2 boys and 1 girl. I said, 2 boys and 1 girl. What about if Hashem will not give you 2 boys and 1 girl? He will give you 3 girls or 3 boys. No, I don't want. I want 2 boys and 1 girl. And so she looked at me. She said, you heard the teacher was teaching the children, the kids, about Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. So I thought, but they were not twins. So she said, but I want Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. And if I have children, I will name them Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. Triplets. I said, Madame, well, with your emunah and the messages you got from Hashem, I told her, well, Be'ezat Hashem, you invite me. If there is something, invite me. My friend, I have to tell you one thing. That lady, the same year, she was pregnant, and she had Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. You see, Hashem today, He talked to us through signs. I would like to tell you something. My father, Alav Shalom, one day, he said, Hashem, send me a sign that Mashiach is going to come. That we live the life of Mashiach. And he said, Hashem, I want to buy the newspaper and I want to see your name and the name of David HaMelech. the name of David, the Mashiach ben David. I will never forget that. And all week, he was waiting for the newspaper of Thursday. That was in Morocco. At that time, my father used to buy the newspaper of the week. It was on Thursday. So my father, alav shalom, that Shabbat, he was very happy. So he would not tell to nobody why he was happy. I was a baby. I did not understand, but when I grew, my father showed me the newspaper. He said, David, I want to tell you something. We live the time of Mashiach. I asked Hashem that on the day of the Hilula of Rabbi Chaim Pinto, which is 26, and 26 is the name of Hashem, Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. I asked Hashem, send me a sign that you, Hashem, you're going to send us David, Mashiach ben David. And I want to see the sign in the newspaper of Thursday. So I told my father, so what happened? He said, well, I bought the newspaper of Thursday, and you open it, I start to look page by page, and I saw the lottery. The number that won for the big amount of money, it was 26,414. I will never forget that. So I said to her, Papa, what that mean? 26,414. He said, well, 26 is the name of Hashem. 414. No, excuse me, not 414. 464. Excuse me. Excuse me, I have to remember. Just 464. Yes, 464. 26,464. So I said, okay, what that mean? He said, well, 464 is 4 is Dalet, 6 is Vav, 4 is Dalet. That means David. 464, 4 is Dalet, Dalet is number 4, Vav is number 6, and 4 again is number Dalet, 4, so it's David. So I got the message. So my friend, you see that even that today Hashem doesn't talk to us, we don't have prophets, Hashem will talk to us through signs, through signs. And I would like to tell you this. When the Bnei Israel they left Egypt, Hashem could not talk to them through signs, because they were slaves. They needed a prophet to teach them to believe in Hashem and to teach them Torah. That's why they needed prophets. They needed experience. I have to tell you this. From the exit of Egypt till the big miracle of Haman and Esther, when Haman he wanted to kill the whole Jews, all these generations, the Jews had prophets. And since the miracle since the miracle between Haman and the Jews, that Haman wanted to kill the Jews, and Baruch Hashem, instead of killing them, he was killed, and that's why we do Purim. Hashem don't talk anymore to us through prophets. Why? Why the prophets stopped? Why? Why since the exit of Egypt till the miracle of Mordechai and Esther and Haman, we had prophets. All the time we had prophets. There is some rabbis who said even Mordechai had tzaddik, he was a prophet. But since Mordechai and Esther, we don't have prophets anymore. Why? You know why? Because the Bnei Israel, they needed prophets from Hashem to give them directions. Because when they received the Torah, they did not receive the Torah with full enthusiasm, with happiness. It's like they were forced to receive the Torah. Because they had no choice. They had no choice. Because the Jews, they saw so many miracles happening to them, so they were like obligated to accept the Torah from Hashem. Even though the Torah is very hard, it's like, okay, Hashem, thank you for all what you did for us, so we accept your Torah. They were not, they did not receive the Torah with their heart at 100%. Look the Parsha of Beshalach. Well, all the reason why Hashem he made the Jews left Egypt to receive the Torah. And while in the middle, on their way to the mountain of Sinai to receive the Torah, they started to be a little bit lazy. So Amalek came. Why Amalek came? because the Jews, because the Jews, they were a little bit lazy. They were not enthusiastic to receive the Torah. So Amalek came to wake them up. So even that they had a big chance to receive the Torah, but till they saw the miracle that Haman wanted to kill the whole Jews, so they did a big teshuvah. When they did a big teshuvah, they said, Hashem, you are the only one to protect us today. We know, please Hashem, you are the only one. Please Hashem, do us a favor. Let us live. Sorry that we did not appreciate the Torah that you gave us 1,000 years ago. Please Hashem, forgive us that all the prophets that you sent us, we did not listen to them to do teshuvah. They did a big teshuvah. So because they did a big teshuvah, so Hashem postponed the gezerah of Haman. And instead of the Jews being killed, it's Haman who was killed, and Mordechai took his place, and the Jews, they saw miracles. Then the Jews, they accepted the Torah with happiness, with joy. Kimu kiblu. My friend, from that moment, Hashem said, well, now you don't need any more prophets. Now that you accepted the Torah with joy, with happiness, you don't need any more the prophets. That's it, basta. Now we are okay. So my friends, today we have no prophets. Today we have the Torah. Through the Torah we see signs. I promise you. When I want to know something, I open the Tehillim. And I know. No, it's not I know. I know some sign from the Tehillim. The Gaon Vilna, he had a way how to find out what he needed. That's what we call the Goral of Vilna. So my friend, today we have the Torah. Today, Baruch Hashem, we never had a generation so spoiled with Torah, yeshivot, Jewish schools, kashrut, mikveh, like our generation. We are rich in our spiritual life, Jewish life today. We have everything today. What our parents didn't have. Our parents needed all the time prophets. We don't need prophets. Today Hashem talks to us through signs. I promise you. A lot of times, one day in Mexico, there was a man, very important man in Mexico, that he lost his son. He doesn't know if his son was kidnapped or he was lost. He didn't know what. So he came to me. He came with all his family, and they bring a map. A map. Bemet. He thought I am a prophet. He thought I'm going to show him with his son. I was lost. I didn't know what to tell him. And suddenly something happened. In my mind, I remember somebody that is going to come to see me in the evening from Acapulco. I don't know why this idea came. And he was the last one to come to see me at midnight. And I started to think about him. So I saw the map, I saw Mexico, I saw Acapulco. And I know what happened. I had my pen in my hand, and it's like it fell from my hand, and he made a mark on Acapulco. So they started to say, Acapulco? I said, what do you mean Acapulco? Our son is in Acapulco? I said, I don't know. Yeah, but your pen failed in Acapulco. I said, I don't know, maybe, go. My friends, they went to Acapulco, and they find him in the bus station. Then they came, all the family came, they were happy. How did you know? I said, I don't know. I don't know. It's Hashem talk to us through message. Why? Because we don't need prophets today. We have the Torah. When you respect the Torah, you have everything. The Torah connects you with Hashem. This is the difference between us today, that our parents that came out from Egypt and received the Torah with all the miracles that they saw, with all what they saw, because they did not receive the Torah with happiness. They received the Torah because they had no choice. Yes, they respect it, they love it, but it was not 100%. And because it wasn't 100%, so they needed all the time to have prophets to give them direction. But since the Jewish people, they received the Torah with happiness, and they joined it because they saw the miracle that happened to them, that Haman wanted to kill them, and Hashem saved them. Hashem already prepared Esther, that she was the queen, and Mordechai, that he was ready to take the place of Haman. When they saw that, so they said, Hashem, you love us so much like that, so we love you. We accept the Torah. So Hashem will say, well, that's what I was waiting for. Now we don't need any more the prophets. The last prophet that he will come, it will be Eliyahu the prophet, to give us the good news that Mashiach is going to come. And then Mashiach, he will come and he will teach us how to serve Hashem. My friend, just imagine the Parsha of Yitro, when Hashem appeared to the Israel, to the Jews, to give them the Torah, all of them, they said, Na'aseh v'nishma, yes Hashem, we accept, yes Hashem, Na'aseh, we do, we don't need to listen to do, we do after we listen. Hashem was proud of them. He was very proud, and Hashem, he told the angels, you see my children, they love me so much. Instead of telling Moshe, we want to listen, what you want to give us to respect, they said, no, we want to respect, we want na'aseh, we want to do. Usually, when I propose you a kind of business, you ask me, what kind of business? Then you decide yes or no. It's not I propose you a business, you say, yes, I buy it, here's the money. No, maybe there is nothing. The Bnei Israel, they were so grateful to Hashem for all what He did for them in Egypt, all what they saw. They were willing, they were happy to receive the Torah. But something was missing. Something was missing. I will give you the proof. Vayahanu b'Refidim. When they came out from Egypt, they came out from Egypt for one reason, to receive the Torah. But instead of focusing for what they're going to receive, they started to take it easy. This is, my friend, if I give you the numbers of the lotto, and I tell you, this is the numbers of the lotto, you feel them or you win, would you go slowly to the box office to buy the lotto? You will run before they close the shop. Hey, the Bnei Israel, instead of running, focusing, preparing themselves to receive the Torah, they were going lazily, without preparation. So Hashem was not happy. So for Hashem, even when they received the Torah, it was something missing. So Hashem to work. That's why they did Avodah Zarah. During a lot of times they did bad things to Hashem. And that's why the first temple was destroyed. So Hashem, He said, He used to send the miracle, prophets and prophets and prophets. But once they knew how much Hashem is good, and they tested the Torah, Ta'amur Ukidu Hashem, He said, Hashem, please forgive us that we receive the Torah with no joy, with no happiness. Please, Hashem, forgive us. Now we want to do it, to listen to it, to love it. Please, Hashem, forgiveness. Yes. My friend, today we have no prophets. Baruch Hashem. Hashem talk to us through message. Texto. We see something, and then that give us answers. My friend, there was a woman that lost her baby, her son, in the war here in Israel a few years ago. And that woman, it was her first son. His name is Dvir. Dalet Bet Yud Resh Dvir. Who was the first one to die in Gaza about 10 years ago. And she was very sad. She was crying all the time. And everybody tried to talk to her. It was hard to accept. One day, her sister told her, look, I invite you to come for the bar mitzvah with my son. Already 4 years, you don't go out, you don't go nowhere. Now, if the bar mitzvah with my son, come. Change a little bit. You cannot mourn your son all your life. You have to accept. You're still young. You can have another baby. You are only 40. Maybe you can have another son. You will name it Dvir. No way, never, I don't want. I lost my Dvir. No, I don't want. She was crying. And her sister, she begged her, please come to the bar mitzvah. So she said, okay. So she went to the bar mitzvah. She was sitting in a corner. So she saw a baby, a 4-year-old baby, who was walking. And she saw him with long hair, and she stand up and she went by him and she told him, "What's your name?" So he told her, "My name is Dvir." Dvir! And she started to cry. She remembered the name of her son. So the mother of Dvir, the baby Dvir, she came and she saw this lady crying. She told her, why madam you cry? Well, your son, his name is Dvir. It reminds me my son Dvir. Ah, so why you cry? Because my son. No, never mind, I don't want to tell you. But can I ask you a question? Can you tell me why you, madam, you called your son Dvir? Why you called him? So she said, I called him Dvir because 4 years ago, the first Jewish soldier that died in Gaza, his name was Dvir. The mother, she was shocked. She told him, you know, that was my son. So you named your son on the name of my son? So that means that my son is back, is alive. So the mother of the small Dvir, she said, well, happy to meet you. So is your son Dvir the one who passed away in the war? She said, yes. Well, when I saw you on television crying, I said to myself, Hashem, if I had problems with my pregnancy and I was all the time bleeding, I said, Hashem, if I have this baby alive, I will name it on the name of this soldier that passed away, Dvir. So she told her, I'm sure that my Dvir is alive because of your Dvir that passed away. So this, my son, is not only my son, he's your son as well. Whenever you want to see him, even you want to have him in your home, you're welcome. So he told her son, my little Dvir, I'm your mother, but you have another mother. He's your second mother. Rabotai, it's a message that give a big consolation to that lady. That was the only way. Hashem, he couldn't send her a prophet to send her some consolation. Hashem already prepared for years in advance that the day that she lost her baby, her son, the soldier, Hashem bring another baby, Dvir, that he can consolate this mama. And Baruch Hashem, she accepted the consolation. Well, this is the story. So you see, my friend, this is something that we have to understand. Today, I think, for me, our generation is the best. Because Hashem will talk to us individually, to each one of us. It's incredible. Hashem talked to us, to each one of us. At the time, the prophet used to talk to, in general, to people. Today, talk to us with message. Why? Because today we have Torah. What about then? Then, yes, they had Torah. But they did not accept the Torah with happiness until when they saw the miracle of Mordechai, Esther, and Haman. What's going to happen to them and how Hashem will save them. But my question is, but the Jews, they saw a lot of miracles before. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean nothing. You can see a lot of miracles, but if there is no Torah, with happiness, with simcha, there is something missing. There is something missing. My friend, when the Jews, they came out from the sea, and they started to sing, as Hashem Moshe Bnei Israel, all the Jews started to sing. All the Jews they become prophets. You understand me? As Hashem Moshe started to sing, and suddenly all the Jews started to sing with him. That song is Kabbalistic. And that song, they did not prepare that song with Moshe Rabbeinu. The only one who started to sing, it was Moshe. As Hashem Moshe. And suddenly all the Jews started to sing. That means, Rabotai, my friend, that every one of us has a potential to become a prophet. Every one of us. So Hashem told him, look, you can be a prophet. If you receive the Torah, you prepare yourself to receive the Torah with happiness, you will be prophet. My friend, you know that it said, when they were singing as Hashem Moshe Bnei Israel, it was amazing. Every day we sing in the synagogue. Every day today, there is no one day in the year that we don't sing the song that the Jews sing when they were out of the sea, after the crossing of the sea. Why? You know why? Just to remind you, every Jew has a soul. Every Jew is connected with Hashem. They said, Ze'eli ve'anvehu. What that means, Ze'eli, the Jews? They said, oh, this is Hashem. Hashem appeared to them. They saw the Shekhinah. They saw something. Wow. Ze'eli. They pointed to Hashem. This is the one. This is the one. This is our God. So my friend, everyone has the potential to see something. Everyone has the potential to see something. But it's up to you. You understand? It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. You hold on the Torah, you hold the mitzvot, you become a prophet. Not a real prophet you see like Moshe Rabbeinu, but Hashem. He will direct you. He will open you the doors. Like there is some tzaddikim like Rabbi Chaim Pinto, Baba Saleh, that you will go to pray at the cave of Baba Saleh later. Yes. But usually, my friend, not everyone can be a Baal Ruach HaKodesh to see things. Like there is a story about Baba Saleh that one day he wanted to do Bekat HaLevana, and there was no, the moon. There is, once a month we do Bekat HaLevana, we do a bracha, because once a month we see the moon, it reminds us the creation of the world. Because the moon, you can see it a few days in the month, and after it disappears. You don't see it, and suddenly it's appear again. It's appear like a croissant that reminds us the creation of the world. There was nothing, something happened. It's something incredible. And then once a month we do, and there is a story about the Satmar Rebbe, Rabbi Yoel, that it was raining in New York, and he couldn't see he couldn't do the Bekat HaLevana, so they hired a plane to go on top of the cloud to see the Levana and to do the Bekat HaLevana, So Baba Saleh Alav Shalom, he wanted to do the Bekat HaLevana, and it was raining. So he took his cane and he started to do like that. It's like, hey, cloud, get out. And the cloud went and the moon appeared and he did Bekat HaLevana. It's incredible. My son, Rabbi Moshe, when he heard this story, he told this story to his children. So few months ago, he wanted to do Birkat HaLevana, and it was raining, there was no moon. So his son, my grandson, told his father, Papa, do like Baba Saleh, take a piece of wood and tell the cloud to get out. So Rabbi Moshe, my son, started laughing. He told his son, Chaim, get me a piece of wood. So they find a piece of wood, and the Moshe Ma'aseh started to do like that toward the sky, and instead of that the cloud will go away, it started to rain more and more and more. He told his children, get out from here, let's go. This is not our day. I mean, my friend, not everyone. The tzaddikim, they give themselves for Hashem. I mean, they are so connected to Hashem from the bottom of their heart. So even their movement, when they do like that toward the cloud, they listen to them, they get out for the tzaddik. But when we do this like to joke. We're joking, it doesn't work. My friend, I would like to wish you happiness, bracha be'atzlacha, briut ve'et Hashem, may Hashem bless you. And don't forget, every one of you has the potential, you understand me? The potential to receive whatever he wants to receive a message, only if he is connected to Hashem. He can be self-prophet for himself. Yes, I promise you. It's up to you. The more you are connected to Hashem, you will feel the connection. You will feel that Hashem will talk to you through message. You don't need a prophet. But you have to do Torah mitzvot with happiness. Ivdu et Hashem b'simcha. Serve Hashem with joy, and all the doors will be open for you. Hashem bless you, and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.